Well, I think it's good news. Absolutely, it's good news that we're able to move forward on some energy infrastructure, and of course, we know it will reduce costs for the energy industry and ultimately ensure greater resources going back to Canadians as a result. But and so it's good news. It's very good news.
But that yes vote doesn't mean it's a done deal. It could still take years before construction on Keystone XL gets underway, if it ever does. Landowners, environmental groups, and Indigenous leaders have all launched several lawsuits to block Keystone's construction.
We'll continue to fight the Keystone route and what it means for our water, for our land, for our future generations, our resources, and all those natives and non-natives that are impacted by this, and all of our people. We're not happy about this. You heard it today.
Adding another wrinkle to this already long and complicated project, the route that's been approved today isn't even the one TransCanada had hoped for. It's actually a longer alternative one that shifts the pipeline away from sensitive ecological areas, but that could prove more difficult and costly to build. And so TransCanada saying very little today, but in a statement did say this: it will conduct a careful review of the ruling while assessing how the decision would impact the cost and schedule of the project. The Keystone XL pipeline was initially proposed now almost 10 years ago. Much has changed, but the global demand for oil has stayed the same. And given how long it has taken to get this far, does Canada still need Keystone? Consider this. With a worldwide oversupply, the price of oil has dropped by almost $100 a barrel since the pipeline was first proposed by TransCanada. Domestic production of oil inside the United States has doubled, largely because of increased shale drilling.
And frankly, approving this project would have undercut that global leadership. And that's the biggest risk we face. Not acting.
After Keystone was shut down by former President Barack Obama in 2015 because he said of his commitment to climate change, Canada turned its attention elsewhere.
And so the failure to make progress on our own pipeline to Tidewater is in effect our inability to get it together to make our best marketing decisions. And we can do better. We are a country that can do better, and it needs to be everybody's priority.
As it is, Canadian crude is sold at deep discount in the U.S. because it's difficult to refine. So with the fate of Keystone unknown, the need to find new markets is more urgent.
We continue to be very enthusiastic about opening up the Asia route, and we are very committed to this pipeline. We believe it's good for Canada, it's good for Alberta, it's good for the West.
So the pipeline may not be needed, but it is still wanted. Keystone XL, though, isn't the only pipeline the government wants to use to send more Alberta oil to global markets. The Trudeau government has given the green light to two major projects. Let me show you them. One pipeline has already been approved that will get oil to the Asian market. The Kinder Morgan's Trans Mountain project to expand the line will carry crude from Edmonton to Burnaby, BC, where it will be exported to Asia. Enbridge's Line 3 would funnel oil through northern Minnesota to Wisconsin to the U.S. market. Not every project has the stamp of approval. Aboriginal and environmental opposition essentially killed Northern Gateway, which would have run from Alberta to BC's north coast for shipment to Asia. And last month, TransCanada shelved its Energy East project to the east coast because of delays from the regulatory process.